Topical American issues. Where can I find local independent monster truck rallies? I really want to go to a monster truck rally, but I'm not super interested in Monster Jam or the Hot Wheels event because they seem more geared toward kids and heavily produced. I want something a little more old school. I live in California, so I know my options are very limited here. How do Americans generally refer to kilograms in casual parlance? Kilogram, kilo, or by the initialism kg, or some other word? Usually like this: kilogram. How many pounds is that? Florida, Colorado, hell. I think the only one to truly trip me up has been Cajun. Cajun is by far the hardest. It feels like a cross between Creole and redneck. It's easier to understand people from Appalachia, and that's the only other serious contender besides Boston. We're Appalachian and took a trip to Boston earlier this year. My youngest daughter thought they weren't speaking English. Wild beasts. Why do Americans love wandering in the woods, which has loads of wild beasts? I've seen so many videos of wildlife encounters, and 90% of them are from US or Canada. People will be casually roaming there and be surprised when they see a mountain lion or a bear or a moose. I've spent my entire 30 years in the north woods of Minnesota. I know there's bears and wolves, but I've never actually come across one while out walking. As long as you're not actively messing with them or encroaching on their den, they'll leave you alone. Watch out for the geese, man. I'd rather face a wolf. Getting chased by a goose has got to be the scariest thing about Minnesota. There's no other animal that I've had interactions with that will intentionally put itself in mortal danger just as long as it can take you with it. The frontier spirit. Damn straight. The proper way to eat food. Do Americans not distinguish between ham and gammon? Wikipedia tells me it's a British Isles thing to have a word for gammon cured pork that needs to be cooked versus ham cured pork that doesn't need to be cooked. Of course, a cooked gammon is then ham when eaten cold. So, colonial cousins, do you indeed not distinguish between the two? 95% of people don't know what a gammon is. I would just call it uncooked ham, I guess. I think that's the bad guy from Legend of Zelda. From France. What do you think about crepes? Are they eaten a lot in the US? Pretty much as long as the food you're eating with your hands is not soup, you are good to go. Welcome to America. I would love to see a Frenchman take his heart and just shrug and go at spaghetti with his hands in an Olive Garden. He would get some strange looks, but he would be a legend and live forever in people's memories. True immortality.
Je vais y réfléchir.
One life. Eat with your hands whenever you want. This is America. Do your thing. Yes, I'm always walking around with fistful of pasta and pants pockets full of mashed potatoes. Freedom!